And welcome to Chart of the Day Cafe for Tuesday, March 13th, 2018. Just want to read our disclaimer quickly. Trading stocks is a high level of risk, and viewers should complete their own due diligence on any stock or underlying that they intend to own. 100% of the content of this video and communique is intended for journalistic and educational purposes only. This video and all indicators, strategies, and articles herein should not be construed as investment advice, not making any recommendations. Always for your further homework. Good morning, Sue here. Hope you had a great weekend. Lots going on in the markets again today. We had a CPI number coming in at 8:30 this morning. It looked like the market deemed it favorable. So we're getting a green start to the day. So with that, let's get into today's video. I always start off with a look at the Russell Index. I always want to make sure that before I put any new names forward for my watch list, I'm putting them forward in a rising market environment. And for that, I look to the Russell as my proxy for the markets overall, specifically the IWM, which is the ETF that represents the Russell 2000. And I like to step back and take a look at the bigger time frame. So I start with the 5-year monthly. And here is our chart. These are the monthly candles. As a reminder, the blue line is long-term support resistance, the orange is more medium, and the pink is short-term. So we've been keeping an eye on this wedge pattern that the Russell traded in through all of 2017. You can see that this black diagonal line corralled price in through most of the year, and then in the back half, price managed to make its way out of our wedge, trade higher until the end of January, where we had that significant selling come in. So here's the candle for January, February, and March so far. Nice bullish looking candle coming into the top of the range of January's. So I want to be careful when I see that. But having said that, the price action was pretty positive. And so we'll go with that rising market environment scenario. I'm going to move it away from the 5-year monthly to the 2-year weekly so you can better see how price is behaving. Here's the same orange line, pink and blue. This black diagonal line, which is the most important line to me on this chart. Last week, strong week, and here we are starting, it's Tuesday, and this is the candle shaping up so far for the week we're in. Move it away from the 2-year weekly to the 6-month daily. We had a little bit of doji yesterday expressing some exhaustion in this uptrend, so we're getting a green start. We want to make sure that price does stay strong. So noting the doji from yesterday, being careful, we're in the top of that range from January. But with price on the Russell trading up and over the blue line, which is the 8-day EMA, this is the one I use as my guide. When price on the Russell is up and over the blue 8-day EMA, and the Russell's in an overall uptrend, I'm adding new names to my watch list. So I will be, actually I'm going to re-feature an old Chart of the Day Cafe pick this morning that I think looks really good here. And the chart I wanted to feature for you this morning is Encana Corporation, ticker symbol ECA. This one's a Canadian company, so it's dual listed on the Toronto Exchange as well as the New York Stock Exchange. We are looking at it on the US side. Encana is in the energy space. Let me tell you a little bit more about the company. Encana Corporation engages in the exploration, production, and marketing of natural gas, crude oil, and natural gas liquids. It's a big player in Canada. If you know me at Chart of the Day Cafe, I am all about the scores, the fundamentals underneath my charts, and Encana has a beautiful value score, as well as a forecasted earnings growth rate going forward of 34%, a current PE of 15.06, and it pays a small dividend of 0.55%. So with that, let's get back to the chart. We are looking at the 5-year monthly, so I'm giving you that bigger perspective by looking at the 5-year chart, but really what I want to say is it's only in an uptrend on the 2-year chart. So I want you to see this part of the chart I'm showing you, but I wanted you to have that perspective to see how it sort of bottomed here in early 2016 and has been making its way higher. It's sitting at an area of support. I featured Encana in July of last year. The green circle, I'm not sure if you can see that. We're looking at the monthly, but it was bouncing off this area of support. It had a nice run from there. It's come in and it's back at the trend line and behaving in a way that suggests that it may want to bounce and go higher. We will see. I'm going to move it away from the 5-year to the 2-year weekly so you can see that uptrend. Here's where we put it out before. And here's where it is now, sitting at this trend line. I've been watching it for a while, and I think It might be ready to go here, we will see. So I'm going to move it away from the weekly to the 6-month daily. It's been consolidating and bouncing around this area for a while now, but what I'm going to do is put a line here and say, this looks like consolidation to me in here. Should we have a strong day in the markets and kind of move up and over this area, it would be of interest to me. I know everyone has their own way of doing things, but what I look for is a 3 and 8 cross. I like to keep things super simple. So I'll look, the 3 is the pink line, and the blue is the 8-day EMA. So when the pink crosses the blue, and we get a strong bullish candle, I am interested. So this consolidation is interesting to me. I will look for Encana to perhaps, it's always perhaps because I don't know, move over this area of consolidation, get that pink crossing the blue into the green circle, and away we go. Along with our featured chart, we also like to take a look at the sector that it's in, and for that we're looking at XLE, which is the ETF for the energy sector. 5-year monthly chart, just like Encana. I want you to sort of focus in on this area here. The 2 years trending higher. So it bottomed in early 2016, has been trending higher, and is at that area of support. I'm going to move it away from the monthly to the 2-year weekly. It looks a lot like the Encana chart, where it's been consolidating and perhaps looking for a bounce, lift, and further upside. We will see. But just wanted you to see that sector chart. I also like to take a look at seasonality, and for that I go to equityclock.com. Excellent site. And here is the seasonal chart for Encana. As you can see, Encana comes into seasonal favor at this time of year and has a beautiful run. No guarantee that happens again this year, but always good to know. I'm also going to include this seasonal chart for the TSX overall, which shows that seasonally the TSX comes into that period of seasonal strength as well. I also like to take a look at FinViz, and oops, there's my article. That's not what I wanted to show you. I wanted to start with FinViz. Sorry about that. FinViz is a terrific site for free resources. If you punch in your ticker symbol, I'm looking at Encana, and go down to the analyst opinion section, you can see that Encana has very favorable, lots of upgrades, and they're fairly recent as well. So like to see that. A ton of good articles. I am going to include this one with today's video. This oil stock is transforming into a cash flow powerhouse. It's a Zacks article, and here it is. It's fairly recent, February 21st, 2018, but I will include this with today's video as well. And so as I like to do, let's go back and check the boxes. I started today's video with a look at the Russell Index, and we note that overall the Russell is in an uptrend, with price currently up and over the 8-day EMA on the daily chart. So checking that box. We looked at the sector that Encana's in, XLE, and we note that it's in an uptrend on the 2-year chart and at an area of possible price strength continuation. Emphasis on possible. Same thing with Encana. It's in an uptrend on the 2-year chart and may be at an area where it finds some support and lift. It's got a great value score, and it's got a great growth score with a forecasted earnings growth rate going forward of 34%. That's a nice healthy number. A current dividend yield of 0.55%. Check the box. This one's not checked because it does not have that 3 and 8 cross that I look for yet, so leaving that unchecked. But it does have seasonality in its favor. It does have that analyst support. It's got a current PE of 15.06, and it looks like earnings are on May 1st. Thank you for watching today's video. These videos go out every Tuesday and Thursday morning, so our next one will go out on Thursday. Thanks for watching.